Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Life doesn't just happen to us. It responds to us. And the key to shaping that response lies in a powerful little word, why. Why we wake up in the morning, why we pursue our dreams, why we push through the hard times. Without the right whys, life becomes a series of empty routines, but with them, life transforms into a journey filled with purpose and fulfillment. The first step to getting the right whys in your life is to ask yourself some real questions. Not the kind you rush through, but the kind you sit with, the kind that dig deep. Why do I want the things I want? Why am I working as hard as I am? Is it for me? For my family? For a legacy? Your why has to go beyond the surface. If it's shallow, it won't hold up when the storms come, and trust me, the storms will come. Here's the thing about the right why: it pulls you forward. It doesn't push, it pulls. The right why will have you getting up an hour earlier, working a little harder, and staying a little longer. It's the magnet that attracts discipline, determination, and courage into your life. It gives your goals a backbone. Now, don't make the mistake of borrowing someone else's why. It has to be personal. Your why doesn't have to be big to start, but it does have to be yours. Maybe your why is to give your kids a better future. Maybe it's to prove to yourself that you can do what you once thought impossible. Maybe it's to experience life at its fullest. Whatever it is, make it honest. Because when the why is real, the how takes care of itself. Next, your why has to evolve. You can't live on yesterday's reasons forever. What drives you in your 20s might not be what drives you in your 40s. And that's okay. Life changes, and your why should grow with it. Revisit it often, refine it, keep it alive. And let me tell you one more thing: your why doesn't just serve you. When you live with the right why, you inspire those around you. You give them permission to chase their own dreams. You show them what's possible. That's how powerful the right why can be. It's contagious. Take the time, sit quietly. Write it down. Look yourself in the mirror and ask, what do I really want? What am I willing to fight for? And when you find that answer, hold on to it tightly. Guard it, because it's not just a why. It's your reason for everything. Let your why be the fuel that lights your fire, the compass that guides your way, and the force that makes you unstoppable. When you've got the right why, the rest of the pieces fall into place. Understanding the essence of asking the right questions is pivotal to uncovering your true why in life. It's not just about casually wondering why you want something. It's about a deep, honest interrogation of your desires, motivations, and aspirations. Many people skim the surface of this process, settling for answers that sound good or feel acceptable to others. But that's where the disconnect happens. Your why has to be rooted in your own truth. To find it, you must go beyond the obvious and ask yourself the questions that make you pause, reflect, and sometimes even feel uncomfortable. It starts with being honest about what you truly want, not what society, your family, or your peers expect you to want. Think about this: how often do we set goals because they're popular or because they make us look good to others? That's a trap. A goal without a genuine why is like a house built on sand. It might stand for a while, but it won't last when pressure or challenges come. Asking the right questions ensures that you're building your goals on a solid foundation of meaning and purpose. So what are these questions? Start with the basics. Why do I want this? What will it give me? How will my life be different if I achieve it? These questions might seem simple at first, but they're designed to dig beneath the surface. For example, if you say you want to be wealthy, ask yourself why. If the answer is financial security, dig deeper. What does financial security mean to you? Does it mean peace of mind, freedom, or the ability to provide for loved ones? The more specific you get, the closer you come to your true why. It's also important to challenge your assumptions. Often we think we know what we want, but we haven't taken the time to examine whether it's truly aligned with our values. Let's say someone's goal is to climb the corporate ladder. They might initially believe it's because they're ambitious or want to prove their worth. But when they peel back the layers, they might discover they're pursuing it out of fear of being seen as unsuccessful, fear of disappointing others, or fear of not fitting into societal expectations. Asking the right questions helps you differentiate between goals driven by fear and those driven by genuine passion. Another powerful question to ask is, what am I willing to endure for this? Your why must be strong enough to carry you through the inevitable setbacks and challenges. If your answer to this question reveals hesitation or lack of conviction, it might be a sign that your goal doesn't truly resonate with you. The right why will make the effort feel worthwhile, no matter how tough things get. Sometimes asking the right questions means revisiting moments in your life where you felt deeply fulfilled or inspired. What were you doing? Who were you with? What impact were you creating? These moments often hold clues to your why because they reveal what genuinely lights you up. Reflecting on these experiences can help you identify patterns and themes that point toward your purpose. It's also crucial to understand that finding your why isn't a one-time event. Life is dynamic, and so are your motivations. Asking these questions isn't just something you do once, it's a practice. Regularly check in with yourself, especially when you're setting new goals or navigating big decisions. Your why might evolve, and that's okay. What's important is that you stay connected to it. The process of asking the right questions takes time, patience, and a willingness to be vulnerable with yourself. It's not always easy to confront your true motivations, but it's necessary. The answers you find will guide you toward a life of meaning, fulfillment, and unwavering purpose. The right why has an incredible power to transform your life, not by forcing you into action, but by pulling you forward with an almost magnetic force. When your why is deeply rooted in your purpose, it becomes a source of energy that fuels your efforts and keeps you moving, no matter how challenging the journey gets. The key difference here is that it's not about external pressure or obligation, it's about an internal drive that makes you want to take the necessary steps to achieve your goals. This pull is natural, consistent, and far more sustainable than any push from external motivations. Think about moments in your life when you were truly excited about something, whether it was a project, a goal, or a dream. What kept you going? Chances are it wasn't someone standing over you telling you what to do, it was your own sense of purpose. That's the pull of the right why. It's an internal compass that aligns your actions with your deepest desires, making the journey feel worthwhile even when the path gets difficult. When you're being pulled by a powerful why, hard work stops feeling like a chore. Instead, it feels like a necessary step on the way to something greater. For instance, imagine someone who wants to start their own business because they're deeply passionate about helping others solve a specific problem. Their why isn't just about making money, it's about creating something meaningful and impactful. That deeper purpose pulls them forward, encouraging them to work late nights, learn new skills, and overcome setbacks. They don't have to be pushed to do these things because their why makes the effort feel worthwhile. This pull is also what helps you stay consistent over time. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes based on your mood, your circumstances, or how much energy you have in the moment. But a strong why is constant. It doesn't rely on how you're feeling today or whether the conditions are perfect. It's there day in and day out, reminding you of what you're working toward and why it matters. This is why some people seem to achieve extraordinary things. They're not relying on bursts of motivation. They're driven by a purpose that pulls them forward. The right why also gives you resilience. When obstacles arise, as they inevitably will, it's easy to get discouraged if your efforts feel disconnected from a larger purpose. But when you have a strong why, challenges become part of the process rather than insurmountable roadblocks. You're able to reframe setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow because your focus is on the bigger picture. The pull of your why keeps you grounded and helps you maintain perspective, even in the face of adversity. Another important aspect of being pulled by your why is that it brings clarity to your decisions. When you know what you're working toward or why it matters, it becomes easier to prioritize your time and energy. You stop wasting effort on things that don't align with your goals because your why acts as a filter. Every decision becomes a question of whether it moves you closer to or further from your purpose. This kind of clarity simplifies your life and allows you to focus on what truly matters. Your why also creates momentum. Success breeds success, and when you're taking action toward your goals, even small wins can build confidence and propel you forward. The pull of your why keeps you in motion, ensuring that every step you take brings you closer to your ultimate vision. It's like a snowball effect. The more you accomplish, the more energy and enthusiasm you generate, making it easier to keep going. The pull of the right why is what makes the journey not only bearable but enjoyable. It transforms effort into passion, challenges into opportunities, and goals into realities. With the right why, you don't have to force yourself to take action. You're inspired to do it, and that makes all the difference. Your why has to be personal. It's as simple as that. You cannot borrow someone else's why, no matter how compelling or inspiring it might seem. A purpose that isn't authentically yours won't resonate on a deeper level. And when the challenges come, and they always do, you'll find it difficult to stay committed. To truly move forward in life, your why has to come from within, reflecting your unique values, experiences, and aspirations. Too often, people get caught up in chasing goals that belong to someone else. It might be the dream of financial success that society glorifies, or the image of the perfect life projected by social media. These external influences can be seductive, making it easy to adopt goals that aren't truly aligned with who you are. But a borrowed why is like wearing someone else's shoes. They might fit for a while, but they'll never be as comfortable as your own. Eventually, you'll feel the strain, and the journey will lose its meaning. The process of finding your personal why requires honesty. It demands that you strip away the expectations of others and focus on what really matters to you. This isn't always easy because it means confronting uncomfortable truths. You might realize that some of the things you've been striving for aren't actually your own desires, but are rooted in a need for approval, validation, or acceptance. While that realization can be tough, it's also liberating. It gives you the clarity to start pursuing a path that truly aligns with your soul. Your why doesn't have to make sense to anyone else, and that's the beauty of it. It's yours. It might not be flashy or impressive, but it doesn't need to be. Maybe your why is to provide a better life for your family, or maybe it's to live a quiet, peaceful life doing work that fulfills you. Whatever it is, the only requirement is that it resonates deeply with you. When your why is personal, it becomes a source of strength and authenticity, grounding you in your purpose even when the world around you feels chaotic. Another reason your why must be personal is that it shapes the way you approach your goals. No two people's journeys are the same because no two people are motivated by exactly the same things. For one person, their why might drive them to take bold risks and embrace challenges head on. For another, it might inspire steady, methodical progress toward a long-term vision. Both approaches are valid because they're rooted in personal purpose. Trying to force someone else's why into your life will only lead to frustration and a sense of disconnection from your goals. When your why is personal, it also becomes a powerful guide. It helps you navigate the tough decisions and crossroads that life inevitably presents. Imagine facing a major career decision. Do you take the high-paying job that doesn't align with your values, or do you pursue the opportunity that speaks to your passion but comes with uncertainty? If your why is clear and personal, the answer becomes obvious. It acts as a compass, steering you toward choices that are consistent with who you are and what you stand for. A personal why also fosters resilience. Challenges and setbacks are part of every journey, but when your why is deeply rooted in your own experiences and desires, it gives you the fortitude to keep going. It reminds you why you started in the first place and why it's worth pushing through the hard times. A borrowed why doesn't have this staying power because it lacks the emotional connection that fuels perseverance. When your why is personal, it infuses your actions with authenticity. People can sense when you're living with genuine purpose, and it inspires them in ways you might not even realize. Your personal why not only transforms your own life, but also creates a ripple effect, encouraging others to explore their own unique purpose. That's the true power of a deeply personal why. It's not just about achieving your goals, it's about living a life that feels true to who you are. Life is in constant motion, and so are you. What drives you today might not drive you tomorrow, and that's perfectly natural. The goals and aspirations that feel urgent and meaningful at one stage of your life may evolve as you grow, gain experience, and encounter new circumstances. That's why it's essential to allow your why to evolve. A static why can leave you feeling stuck, unmotivated, or disconnected from your goals. But when you let it grow and shift with you, it remains a source of inspiration and clarity no matter where life takes you. Your why is not a fixed destination. It's a dynamic force that reflects who you are in this moment. Think back to the goals you had 5 or 10 years ago. Are they the same as the ones you have now? Probably not. That's because life has a way of teaching you lessons, opening your eyes to new possibilities, and sometimes closing doors you thought you'd walk through. This evolution isn't a sign of failure or indecision, it's a sign of growth. As you learn more about yourself and the world, your priorities shift, and your why should shift with them. This doesn't mean your why changes completely or that your core values disappear. Instead, your why often deepens, becomes more refined, or takes on new dimensions. For example, someone who initially worked hard to achieve financial independence might find that once they've reached that goal, their why evolves into using their resources to give back or create a legacy. The initial why doesn't vanish, it transforms into something that reflects their new stage of life and perspective. Allowing your why to evolve also requires self-awareness. You need to be willing to pause and reflect regularly. Ask yourself, is this still what I want? Does this still excite me? Is this still aligned with who I become? These are not easy questions, but they are necessary if you want to live a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. Ignoring the need to reassess your why can lead to burnout or a sense of emptiness, even if you achieve your goals. Sometimes life forces your why to evolve through unexpected circumstances. Maybe a career change, a personal loss, or a major life event shifts your perspective and makes you question what truly matters. While these moments can be challenging, they also offer an opportunity to reconnect with your purpose. They remind you that life is unpredictable and that your why must be flexible enough to adapt to whatever comes your way. An evolving why also keeps you engaged and motivated. Imagine setting a goal and achieving it, only to realize you haven't thought about what comes next. Without a new why to guide you, you can feel aimless or stuck in a cycle of complacency. But when you continually revisit and refine your why, you stay connected to a sense of purpose that drives you forward. Each achievement becomes a stepping stone toward the next chapter, and your journey remains vibrant and meaningful. Another benefit of letting your why evolve is that it allows you to let go of what no longer serves you. Sometimes we hold on to outdated goals or aspirations out of a sense of obligation or fear of change. But clinging to a why that no longer resonates can hold you back. By embracing evolution, you give yourself permission to pivot, try new things, and explore paths that align with who you are now. This flexibility is essential for personal and professional growth. Letting your why evolve is about staying true to yourself. It's about recognizing that growth is a natural and beautiful part of life. When you honor the shifts in your priorities and passions, you ensure that your why remains a powerful and authentic force that guides you no matter where your journey takes you. Whether it's refining an existing goal, pursuing a new passion, or finding meaning in unexpected places, an evolving why keeps you aligned with the person you're becoming. When you live with a clear and powerful why, it doesn't just transform your own life, it has the potential to inspire others. The way you show up, the passion and commitment you bring to your journey, and the authenticity behind your actions create a ripple effect that can reach far beyond what you might ever imagine. Your why, when lived fully, becomes a silent but undeniable force that motivates and encourages those around you to find their own purpose. People are drawn to authenticity. In a world where so many are chasing superficial goals or following paths that don't truly resonate with them, someone living with clarity and purpose stands out. It's not necessarily about what you say or do, it's about the energy you bring. When you're connected to a deep and personal why, it shows in how you carry yourself. There's a sense of confidence, direction, and resilience that's hard to ignore. Others see it, and often they're inspired to seek that same sense of alignment in their own lives. You might not even realize the impact you're having. It could be as simple as someone noticing how passionate you are about your work, or how dedicated you are to a cause you care about. They might see the effort you put in, the sacrifices you make, or the joy you derive from your pursuits. And it plants a seed in their mind if they can find something that meaningful. Maybe I can too. That's the power of leading by example. Your why also gives you the strength to share your story. When you live with purpose, you naturally want to talk about what drives you, not to boast, but to connect. Sharing the journey behind your why, the challenges you faced, and the lessons you've learned can be profoundly impactful. People resonate with stories of struggle and triumph because they reflect the universal human experience. By being open about your why and the work it inspires, you give others permission to reflect on their own lives and discover what truly matters to them. Another way your why inspires others is by showing them what's possible. When people see someone pursuing a dream with unwavering commitment, it challenges their own limiting beliefs. It shifts the narrative from "I could never do that" to "maybe I can." This doesn't mean you need to achieve extraordinary feats to make an impact. Sometimes simply living your life with intention and alignment is enough to spark change in those around you. Living with a clear why also has a way of attracting like-minded people. When you're deeply connected to your purpose, you naturally gravitate toward others who share similar values or aspirations. This creates a network of mutual inspiration and support. Surrounding yourself with people who are equally driven by their own whys amplifies the energy and impact of your collective efforts. It's a powerful reminder that purpose isn't just personal, it can create a sense of community and shared vision. On a broader scale, your why can become a catalyst for change. Think about the people who inspire you most. Chances are they're individuals who are deeply connected to their purpose and use it to make a difference, whether in their families, communities, or even on a global level. By staying true to your why, you contribute to this chain of inspiration. You might not realize the full extent of your impact, but every small action rooted in purpose has the potential to influence others in ways you can't predict. Even when you face challenges or setbacks, your why can inspire others by showing them what resilience looks like. Life isn't perfect, and neither is the pursuit of purpose. But when people see you navigating difficulties with grace and determination, it reminds them that obstacles are part of the journey, and that staying connected to your why makes it all worthwhile. Living with a clear and authentic why isn't just about achieving your goals, it's about embodying the values, passion, and purpose that make life meaningful. It's about being a light that shows others what's possible when you align your actions with your deepest motivations. Without even trying, you become an example of what it means to live with intention, and that's a gift you give not only to yourself, but to everyone around you. When you anchor your actions to your why, you create a foundation for your life that is solid, meaningful, and purposeful. Every choice you make, every step you take, becomes guided by a deeper sense of purpose that keeps you focused and aligned with what truly matters. It's not just about what you're doing, it's about why you're doing it. This clarity transforms the way you approach your goals, the way you handle challenges, and the way you interact with the world around you. Anchoring your actions to your why starts with intention. It's about consciously connecting your daily tasks, decisions, and efforts to the bigger picture. Too often, people move through life on autopilot, reacting to circumstances rather than taking deliberate action. But when you anchor your actions to your why, you become intentional about how you spend your time and energy. You're no longer just going through the motions, you're actively working towards something that has meaning and purpose. This anchoring process creates a sense of focus that is invaluable. With so many distractions and competing demands, it's easy to get pulled in multiple directions and lose sight of what's important. But when your actions are rooted in your why, it becomes easier to prioritize. You know what deserves your attention and what doesn't? Decisions become simpler because you have a clear framework for evaluating them. Does this move me closer to my purpose, or does it take me further away? Anchoring your actions to your why also provides clarity during moments of doubt or uncertainty. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and it's not always clear what the right path forward is. In these moments, your why acts as a compass. It helps you navigate the challenges and make choices that are consistent with your values and goals. Even when the way forward isn't immediately obvious, staying connected to your why ensures that you're moving in the right direction. This alignment between your actions and your why brings a deep sense of fulfillment. When you know that what you're doing is contributing to something meaningful, it gives your efforts a sense of purpose. Even mundane or difficult tasks take on a new significance when they're tied to your why. For example, someone who is working long hours to build a better future for their family doesn't just see the work as exhausting, they see it as a step toward their ultimate goal. This perspective can make all the difference in how you approach your daily life. Anchoring your actions to your why also keeps you motivated. Motivation is often fleeting. It comes and goes depending on external factors like mood or circumstances, but when your actions are tied to a purpose, you create a deeper, more lasting form of motivation. It's not about feeling inspired in the moment, it's about being driven by a sense of meaning that sustains you over the long term. This kind of motivation helps you push through challenges and stay consistent, even when the initial excitement wears off. Another benefit of anchoring your actions to your why is that it prevents burnout. Burnout often happens when people are working hard without feeling a sense of purpose behind their efforts. They're busy but not fulfilled. However, when your actions are connected to your why, the effort feels worthwhile. It doesn't mean you won't get tired or need to rest, but it does mean that your work will feel meaningful rather than draining. You're not just working for the sake of working, you're working towards something that matters to you. Finally, anchoring your actions to your why creates consistency and builds trust, both with yourself and with others. When people see that your actions are aligned with your values and purpose, they respect and trust you more. They know where you stand, and they're inspired by your clarity and commitment. More importantly, you begin to trust yourself. You build confidence in your ability to make decisions, follow through on your commitments, and create a life that is aligned with your deepest desires. By rooting your actions in your why, you create a life that is intentional, focused, and deeply fulfilling. Each step you take feels meaningful because it's part of a larger journey, one that is guided by a purpose that is uniquely your own. It's not just about achieving your goals, it's about living in alignment with who you truly are and what you truly want. This alignment transforms not just your results, but the entire experience of your journey. The power of a clear and authentic why is undeniable. It's the driving force that propels you forward, guides your decisions, and shapes your journey in ways that nothing else can. When your why is rooted in something deeply personal, it becomes a source of unwavering motivation, resilience, and fulfillment. It transforms challenges into opportunities, makes hard work feel purposeful, and ensures that your actions are aligned with your deepest values. Allowing your why to evolve with you ensures that you never lose sight of what truly matters, and it keeps you connected to your sense of purpose as you grow and change. As you continue to live with intention and authenticity, you inspire those around you to do the same, creating a ripple effect that can lead to real transformation. Ultimately, living with a clear why isn't just about achieving goals, it's about living a life of meaning, integrity, and impact. When your actions are anchored to your why, you not only build a life that aligns with who you are, but you also create a legacy that reflects your truest self.